and around our family participating in the events that the company does. And we are very open and transparent public figure, public people. And I think it's really important to start the call sending that message out to the field, sending that message that we are human beings that are looking for the better of the people, and and to prosper our family and yours, because sometimes we are exposed to so many news, like we are exposed in social media, fake news, negativity, and things. There are bad experiences that we comment in the past, and that we live through, because we live by energy, and everything that we allow to go into our circle, our minds, into our hearts, and what we listen and what we read impact our lives. And it's really very important to understand and to be aware of that, guys. It is really important that we pay attention about facts, how the things are being done, and other things that I will comment here today, because it is worth it to get in touch into those details that many of you probably away for holidays, being traveling, being battling with COVID-19, things that are happening around the world. It is amazing what we've seen during this couple of weeks. I think this new variant are impacting very much because people lower the guard based on a test result, and I never seen anything like it since the beginning of the pandemic. So many people that I know and others with Macron variant and with the coronavirus and everything. The good news is not deadly. Most of the people, is got the flu very hard, pain, and then they go through it. But the main and important message here today is that we stay away most of the December. We end up at the beginning of December after our cruise in Italy, very heavily equipped, many things to send out, many things to get done, and we find out that our company um, needed a lot of tremendous muscle and background to protect our forts. And I'm gonna talk a little bit ahead of that, but I wanted to express my condolence for those in need, for those people out there that are part of our global family, that during our holidays probably were not so good. And remember back at the beginning of December, we had that call after we arrived from the cruise. I was in Genova out there with really, really cold, and I decided to do the call in front of the top of the city on that part, and we commit to deliver, and I'm glad that we did. I'm glad that we did 100% of our effort to deliver, and overcome many obstacles in terms of technology to dispatch massive payouts. We cannot say we succeed 100%, and we understand that, but at least we feel confident in our capacity that we did 100% of our effort, that that was in our hand to deliver, and we move ahead. We move forward a lot. A lot of people receive payouts, but let me tell you, outside our normal procedures, outside our system, I think, John, is worth it to mention that the future of the company relies on our ability to adjust and overcome last minute obstacles. I think the future of our company relies on our ability to improvise and to uh, be more and beyond of our abilities to deliver, and that's what we did. I think we are one of the only companies in the space that were off in terms of the ability of selling packages and educational trade packages, services, upgrades. We are the only company that was off, and I will explain you in a bit. Almost a month off, but still during the month of December, we were sending payouts out there in the field. A lot of thousands of payouts out there. And I think you guys, it is important that you understand that because of our commitment, our word, what we say, you know. And that lead me into a next point that is security over the internet and secure our platform. Once we arrived from the cruise, guys, we find out that we were heavily attacked. Uh, and there is not only money; it's a little bit of money because our asset, your assets, and the company assets are not fully there in the platform, as it is not into our procedures to leave assets there. But there is, in terms of security, a lot of information, know-how, infrastructure, and all that is coming to place into that. And I think it was the first time over 2.5 years that we communicate that in a press release over the back office, and we comment on that, and we say this is the situation. We've been seeing a breach of security, and find out later after the cruise, because it was a lot of disconnection, right, John? Because of the internet, it was over the in the ocean. It was sometimes that even though they had satellite, but it was a lot of time that we were off.
That was basically like doing business in the 1990s.
Exactly. It was very difficult. I think when we arrived to each city during the cruise, it was when we had connection because of the towers in the city. But my point is, once we settled in the city, that we got off of the ship, and we could establish what was going on. It was really severe, and we find out that many companies around the internet had the same problem with a new exploit login hack that those people, those young kids, very handy on the internet, exploit in different companies, and hundreds of companies, very terrifying. In the last 10, 12 years, 15 years in internet, we saw many articles and developers forums talking about this type of things, and that's what happened. And that's why you guys couldn't enroll new members eager to join our company. That's why we couldn't receive any payment, because we stopped operation. We couldn't continue. We had to stop and then assess, change all that, update all the libraries, update all that in terms of programming. And I'm not gonna, of course, talk about detail because that's too technical. But it was a little bit of sweet bitter feeling, because I was with my family in Europe, and during this situation, we decided to stay in Europe for Christmas, away from our families, and in a different environment that I'd rather not comment. But it is imperative that first we understand the magnitude and the behavior of CFX corporate, how we behave during these past 2.5 years, because we've been a company that delivers on our words. They are very transparent with our members. They care about our members. We are not a company that hide behind a fake profile, or promise things that don't deliver. Once we have an issue and we have an things that happen last minute or improvised, we had to communicate and we had to act. But this situation, guys, was pretty hard. Um, as a face of the company and leading director of the company, I can tell you that it was a task and moments of very anxiety and anxiety, because I knew the problems we have in the past months with the payment processor. Um, Once we have the payment processor ready, another thing happened. Another glitch happened. I think people receive in our attempt to deliver during December payouts, double payouts again. We have at least or almost 1,000 people that receive money in advance from those requests. So I understand how you must feel when you have to provide for your families. I understand that. I know many testimonies, John, from people that quit their jobs, dedicate full time to our company, to build their teams. They love our company. Um, I think many people never had success the way they have with us in the past, and we feel very proud of that. But also, I understand how it feels when you are against the wall without providing to our family or without be able to pay your bill, to be able to buy a gift for your son, to take care of your mother. I mean, it kills me to see that, because we work for that. We work to deliver and to make people's life better. And I could not hold my tears. We did an event in I think it was Genova. A lot of people travel from Ireland and different places, and we meet people, and I was very emotional because I knew all the things that was happening in the company, and sometimes we feel powerless, and I'm not ashamed to say it, because we're human beings. We're not Superman. We're not super CEOs. It is not only us that carry on the company. It's many people, talented people, smart people behind the company that delivers, and we were so sensitive to hear those testimonies of people that could be on the ship in a wheelchair, with the mother sitting on the wheelchair in tears, telling me, thank you very much, because of you I have to quit my job. I could quit my job, take care of my mother, and supply and be here with her in this cruise for the first time in the last 3 years. Guys, I mean, you need to. I don't know. I mean, I don't know you what you think, but for me, that's something very powerful, and that's at the end of the day what we need to pay attention to it. So
this is very powerful, Huascar, because it's the realization of a vision. I mean, we've told the members for years now that CFX